2018, Patricia Kopatchinskaja asked me if I might be interested in writing a piece for CAMERATA BERN, and I assumed that she wanted something for solo violin or that incorporated solo violin. Amazingly, she and CAMERATA BERN really just asked me what it was that I wanted to say and to conceive of a project that would involve the ensemble, involve Patricia, but I could really let my imagination run wild. And this was just such a profound gift. It was something that I rarely encountered before. Some years ago now, at this point, my wife took me to the Church of St. Agatha in Rome. I was taking in the space, and my eyes found their way to the upper reaches of the church, and along the frieze, I was just essentially stopped in my tracks by this unfurling, brutal story, a story told in paintings. And this juxtaposition of serenity and tranquility and peace and just senseless violence was notable to me. Relatively recently, my wife was diagnosed with breast cancer. She survived and is okay now, but like many women, was quite disfigured in the process, both psychologically and physically. When I learned that St. Agatha is the patron saint of breast cancer victims, I found myself thinking more and more often about that church and the legend of Agatha. That I ended up writing requires 3 soloists and then calls upon the larger ensemble to support the soloists. The soprano Ah Young Hong has a remarkable way of communicating the essence of a composer. Patricia shares this ability as well. Both Patricia and Ah Young are the artists that I've written more music for specifically than any other. Like my experience in hearing Ah Young for the first time or hearing Patricia for the first time, when I saw and heard Reto Bieri, I was immediately taken in by the power of this personality, not just the musical capability, but the nature of the individual. And when I was afforded the opportunity to write something for CAMERATA BERN, I thought, wouldn't it be an interesting endeavor to involve all 3 of these musical forces in a single piece?
At the moment,
the splitting,
when flesh too.
One of the most memorable aspects of the residency of my entire time in Bern was the openness of the CAMERATA BERN family, and there was an eagerness to explore possibilities for not just my piece, but for the music on the entire program. This idea of music being a living thing, certainly for me, to have the opportunity to continue to explore creating music in live performance with people who are eager to explore with the composer long after the score proper is done on paper. This is something that I'll always cherish from that experience.